Here we go. Hey, replay viewers, how you doing? It's Chris Duncan here, and wearing my All Blacks top. And hey, Sherry, do you know what I was just thinking about you? It's so funny. I went to actually tag you, Sherry, and I was like, I wonder what her Periscope name is, and I completely forgot what your Periscope handle was. So I was, you know what? I'll just do this and I'll send it to it later. I want to talk to everyone today about finding your purpose. So I'm just gonna remember it's like just your name or something like that. Hey. So we're in California, and those that are watching this on a replay, what I'm going to talk about today is finding your purpose. On my podcast yesterday, it was so intense. I had three people in a row talk to me about purpose, about finding what they're all about. I feel like my head's cut off here, so let me just move this a little bit. My puppy's around somewhere. Where is she? Beans, come say hi to all these awesome people up here. This is Beans, my beagle, and she now lives in the United States with us, which is awesome. So we're here in LA. Came in, picked up our car, got our house, and it's funny when you just follow your heart, I guess, and I don't really know why I'm here. Hey, David Chua, good to have you on, man. I don't really know why I'm in LA or why I'm living here now, but I am. And you're a beagle freak. Hey Eduardo, good to have you on. So, those of you who don't know me, my name's Christopher Duncan. I'm from New Zealand, and I'm proudly wearing my New Zealand All Blacks top today. And I want to talk to you all about, thanks Sam, about finding your purpose. And I want to talk to you about doing exactly what it is that you love, because I feel as though the world is starving for presence. The world is starving for what it is that you should be doing with your life. And I think that what we've got is we've got so many people living lives that aren't their own. Double tap and give me some love if you agree right now that there are so many people out there just living someone else's life. They're living because of what someone else has designed. And here's what I found yesterday. I was on these podcasts with these amazing people, and they're doing huge, amazing things, and they were all so on purpose. And it was so important and so apparent for me to realize, that once you can find that purpose, and once you can really be in what it is you're supposed to be, instead of be doing what others think or what society thinks, I'm from New Zealand, man. Of course, I'm from New Zealand. I'm rocking the top. Is that when you find that, things become so much easier. And I think a lot of people get confused. Okay, your purpose on this planet isn't to make a ton of money. It really isn't. Think about it. If right now was your last breath, if it was the very last moment, which it could possibly be, it's you wouldn't. And I know Sherry, who's on here, has been in this situation, but I'm fairly certain that if you get yourself to that place where it's your very last moment, you're not worried about what's in your bank account or your taxes or other things. You're going to be concerned about what you gave every single moment, what it is that you actually did. And I think this is what we find. I think we live in two places, and I don't think we ever live in the present, because if we did, I think we'd do so many other things. And there's a reason it's called the present, right? Because it's a gift. And I think what happens is we spend so often. She is incredible. She is incredible. I find so often people either living in the past or they're living in their future, and they're not living in the now. And one of my goals is to get people to live in the now even more, and to be here right now. And a lot of times, and this is oh, thanks. Nice to be here. My name's Chris. I do some stuff. You guys should go check out my website if you want to know who I am more. ChristopherMDuncan.com. But today I'm just wanting to share this message that I've just woken up with. I think it's like 7 a.m. here, and it's just coming through me so massively today, because I woke up and I just thought to myself, you know what? Morning, I absolutely love what it is I do. And people talk about hustle. They talk about going out there and pushing yourself, or doing what you've got to do. And I just think that that's all just fantastic. But if you're so passionate about what it is you're doing or achieving or being, or what it is you're actually wanting to have in this world, I don't think you need to worry about hustle. I think the whole conversation, and just double tap if you agree, I think the whole conversation, I think the whole pushing yourself, I think the whole stress and anxiety and focus on money, I think it's completely the wrong conversation that we need to be having. I think it's a great conversation once you know what your purpose is. So here's what I truly believe. I believe right now we are starved for presence. We've got so many people focused on where they've been or where they're going. And let me ask you this. Let me seriously ask you this. Okay, is right now, if you didn't have anything of who you've been, so it doesn't matter who you've been in the past. It doesn't matter what you've studied at university, what relationships you're in, what you've achieved in business or what you haven't. Just get rid of it all right now and just be right here as a human being with me. I mean, I could talk about the millions of dollars and the houses and the properties and the cars, but let's just be here. Let's just be people. And then let's just ask this: what would you do if you weren't you? You know, if you weren't you, everything that you've been, if you weren't you, if you weren't all of that crap that you have been, because right now you're co-creating together. We are creating this moment. I want to ask you, who would you be right now? Who would you be? How would you show up right now without all of that crap? Like if nothing else, what does your heart say that you should be doing right now? And I just think that sometimes we need to ask these questions, and especially to these kids, I see them going to, to college and university and just getting all these other extra things that they just pile on and pile on and pile on. And sometimes I talk to these people and they go, you know what, Chris, I want to start this charity, or I want to go help the elderly or the homeless or veterans, or I want to do all these other things. And they say, but I can't. And I go, why is that? They go, well, I've got a family, Chris, or I've got a kid, or I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or I don't have all these things. And it's just absolute bullshit. Okay, and I want to say it with love. I mean this with total love. Total love. Is that it's just such an excuse. It's such a holding us to stay small. And here's what I want to share with everyone today about finding your purpose. I don't know what my purpose is, and I don't think you truly know what your purpose is overall, right? I mean, how could we? I mean, we're just humans, or just humans, right? We're just the human, or whatever you want to call it, right? But how could we know? But here's what you do know. You do know this. You do know this. You know what your purpose is right now. You know what your purpose is right now. And here's what I think is it's what actually makes your heart sing. It's actually in this moment when you're here. What is it that you believe right now? What is your purpose of today? What's your purpose this moment? What's going to fill you up right now? And I think once you find that and you truly understand what that is, and it doesn't have to be huge. I think so many of us are trying to find these huge big things, but do you know what I believe? I believe even some of the people that go do these big things that we look to achieve, I don't even think they truly know their purpose. That's awesome, Sherry. So cool. It's so cool to be on this time zone and be able to start talking. I mean, I've only just flown in from New Zealand, and it's nice to be on an LA time zone, so I can actually be here sharing with everybody else. So it's great to have your tribe here share. I knew that you'd be on this. Remember, I literally tried to type in and tag you. I knew you'd be on. And I think this, everybody, and this is what I truly believe. So my whole message is called Total Freedom, and I'm about to do a video on the All Blacks and talk about champions and mindset. But my main word is freedom. And can I share how much freedom means to me? My mother's maiden name is Free. My father's last name is Duncan. Free Duncan. I am named about freedom and that you can. And this is my name. It's literally, I'm bred. I chose to show up on a planet and to a family that literally coded me up with what it is I should be sharing with you guys. And I know what it is, and it's freedom. Okay, it's total freedom. And here's what total freedom is: it's being able to have the time and the money to be able to live that life, live that moment that it is that you want. And so I show people how to take their expertise, turn it into business, or help others. But yeah, thanks, Ben. Here's what I believe so often, guys, and I want you all to know this, is there's too much focus on the person. There's too much focus on the, we all get told to go build a business, and we get told we need to be the person out the front, right? The Gary Vaynerchuk. We get told we need to go and be the Steve Jobs, the Bill Gates, the person at the front. And especially when we're starting online businesses and things, we think it's all about us. But here's what I want you to understand, is you need to have an income stream so you can do what it is you love. Is that true? Is that totally true? If you don't have the income stream, It doesn't matter what it is that your purpose is in that moment. Unfortunately, you could have this huge desire and dream and things, but you don't have the money to go and actually do it, or you don't have the time. So here's what I believe is, you must find a way to have a business or an income stream that allows you to go and live that purpose. And it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it works for you. But here's the message I want to give you today. We've got so much focus right now on the person at the front. But I want you to know this, is when my last business went to 1.7 million in its first 12 months. And why did that happen, okay? Yeah, come right at it, Sherry. You should come hang out. You seriously should come hang out. Actually, we should make that happen. We should come shoot some video here. We really should. So here's what I want to say is, the reason why my business went so fast like that isn't because of me. I'm just the front-facing guy that everyone focuses on, but it was my team. It was the people behind me, and you know what? They all made more money than me because I shared in percentages. So here's what I believe moving forward. I think we need to stop thinking about competition. We need to start thinking about collaboration. And I think that everyone, someone asked me the other day, how would you start a business again, Chris? And I said, do you know what? I would give 10% away to the salesperson, 10% away to the marketer, 10% away to the person doing customer support, 10% away to the manager, and 10% away to the tech design people. That's 50%. I would own 50%, and all I would do is just pour love into these 5 people. I'd have 50% of a business, and I'd just make them work. And that's kind of my purpose at the moment. And so I don't know what my purpose will be in 10 years, but I know my purpose right now. And it can change, and I know it will change for you, and I wanted just to share about purpose today, because purpose, especially for everyone out there that wants to have that direction and feel fulfilled, is you must understand what your purpose is right now, and you must understand that car or that vehicle, that business that can get you there, you must also invest time to get that right now. But I think that that's everything I wanted to say today. I want to talk to you about purpose. I want to talk to you about mission. I wanted just to get out and get back in Periscope land, and I knew Sherry, you'd be on. I was so about to tag you, which is awesome. And guys, so let me tell you a little bit about me, because I'm going to say goodbye. I'm about to go down to the beach and shoot some videos on the beach, and so that's why I was already set up like this. I've created 8 freedom businesses, and I've got 13 other companies. We have 174 people in our program in the last 12 months. That have been able to build successful online companies that actually change the world. So everyone's kind of mad, M-A-D. They make a difference, they make $1, and they basically just get it done, okay? And that's my tribe, and that's why I want to help you. So if you're resonating with this message, here's the message, is you must have freedom, and freedom means doing what matters most. It means doing what matters most with your time. And the only way that you're going to be able to do what matters most with your time is if you have the money and the resources to actually go and do it. And so what we do is we share and show people how to create what I call freedom businesses. And look, you might be sitting there going, is he going to talk about multi-level marketing? I don't actually. However, I'm not against people who do enjoy that as well. So sending massive love and appreciation and gratitude to every single one of you this morning who are going to go out there and live your passion. The main message is this, is that you have a purpose, but don't stress out about this huge purpose. I mean, not all of us need to go and be the next Jesus that is able to go out there and change everyone's lives and write this amazing book or do whatever it is that you believe should be this huge, big purpose. Here's a great purpose, and I think it got summed up. I was talking to Alexi Panos yesterday, and if you don't know who Alexi is, wait till you hear our interview. She's absolutely awesome. And she said this, she goes, really, our purpose is just striving to become our highest self. Striving to become our highest self. And I said to her, and it was on the podcast, and you guys wait till my podcast. And me and Alexi were talking, and I said, so what's your highest self? How do you know? And she goes, well, it's like we're a seed for an oak tree. The oak tree is what it is that we're growing to. But we're showing up as a seed, and in that seed is everything that we're ever going to become, and that's our highest purpose that we're turning into. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I then talked to Preston Smiles yesterday, who's creating this Love's Voice tribe. We had some amazing time. We're going to be hanging out. We're supposed to catch up last night. Cool. Yeah, it is good to be in the same time zone, so I can start dropping these things. And Preston said this to me. He said, Chris, at the end of the day, it all comes back to one thing. It comes back to love. How much do you love yourself? How much do you love what you're doing? How much do you love each other? So let me leave you with this from Preston. This one big powerful question that he gave me yesterday that I have been meditating on this morning when Preston gets to see this. And this one big question is this: what would love do? I'll leave you with that. Ask yourself this today when you're in the moment, when you're feeling yourself getting negative about yourself, negative about others, judgment on others, or you feel like you can't do something. So what would love show up as? What would love do in this moment? Because that's all we ever are when it comes down to it. Why do we want the money, the fame, the success, the business, the cars? Well, it all comes back to that sense of love. So, in saying that, I love you guys. I'm going to go and start creating some waves. I'm going to go shoot 3 videos. I'm going to talk today on my videos. I'm talking about how I've become an international speaker, how I travel the world speaking and presenting, and how you can too. I have a 4-day training coming up for all those change makers out there that want to start presenting. In the last 2 weeks, I've spoken in Singapore, in Asia, in Australia, in New Zealand, and now I'm in LA, and I've got a talk coming up this weekend. So, sending you love. That was a kiss for all the women.